I'm Roxy Eloise, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my experience so far with my book launch.
I just came to say, I hope it's not too late, I hope it's not too late. I just came to say, I hope it's not too late, I hope it's not too late.
So for people who have just started to follow me, I wrote my debut novel in 2018. I spent a year looking for an agent until I participated in an event called PitMad on Twitter, and my pitch, it was my first time participating in it. I hadn't heard of it before, and I didn't have long to prepare for the pitch that morning, and my pitch attracted the attention of my publishers, and my release is this year, April the 2nd, 2022. If you follow my social media, you would have seen my event called 12 Days of Christmas, where I posted unseen content and news every day for 12 days. I thought I would share my experience with you in case you are looking for ideas for your own book launch, or maybe you are planning a book launch of your own, or maybe you're just interested in the journey that I'm going through at the moment. I'm going to share it all with you, the good, the bad and the embarrassing, and lay it all out on the table, be completely transparent, so then you can decide for yourself if it's something that you find worth doing for your own book launch. So to plan the event, I started by doing some research. I started reading a few blogs and looking at a few YouTube videos, but I didn't really find much information. I didn't find much that could help me, so I decided to invent one of my own. 12 Days of Christmas, it may be something that already exists, but I personally hadn't come across it before and I hadn't seen it, so I just thought, okay, I'll take advantage of the time of year. So to prepare for the event, I had to make a list of 12 things that I could post. I needed to figure out the things I wanted to share, so I started by writing a list of possible posts. Once I had 12 potential posts, I then printed off a calendar and started to make a schedule. I needed to know what I was posting on each day. The last thing I wanted was to leave it last minute where I was deciding on the day what it was I was going to post. I wanted it to be a well thought out and a well planned event. So some of the things that I knew I wanted to share during the event were the blurb. I hadn't yet revealed the blurb. Before the event, there wasn't much on my social media about my book other than the fact that I got successful through PitMad. Maybe a snippet here and there, but really I didn't post too much information about my books. I wanted it to all come out throughout these 12 days. So I stored it all up ready to have like a good, exciting event that was filled with good content. So I wanted to share the blurb. I wanted to do a cover reveal. I knew I wanted to do a giveaway in there. And also I had my website designed and ready. All I was waiting for was a pre-order link from my publishers, so then I could make my website go live. And obviously I wanted to not only launch the website, but I wanted to share the pre-orders. And I also wanted to start gaining my newsletter subscribers, because I'd heard many times, I'd heard an awful lot that newsletter subscribers are really important, because if your social media ever goes down or you ever lose your account for any reason, you also lose contact with all of your friends, all of your online friends that you've built up, or your community and your network. You would lose contact with them all. So it's really important to get newsletter subscribers and get their email addresses so you can stay in contact with them if anything was to happen to your accounts. So after I made the schedule, I started to design the posts using Canva. Highly recommend Canva. I've used it for all of my social media, especially Instagram, because my lifestyle at the moment, it doesn't really allow me to take really nice, attractive photos. I don't really have like a nice backdrop or anything, so Canva is a lifesaver. Okay, so the results. So the first post I did on day one was announcing my official launch date, which was Saturday the 2nd of April 2022. Although I'm very active on Instagram, my engagement on there, like my like ratio, if you will, it averages around 20 to 30. It's not very high, I don't find, for the amount of followers I have. I have over 1,000 followers. But my first post got around my average of 20 likes, and it had some good engagement on there as well, about 14 comments. But on Twitter, the response was amazing. I got over 300 likes, 24 retweets and 40 comments, and that was to start off my event. That type of response was amazing, and the support from the writing community and from my followers, it really made the event for me. So day two's post was a vlog of me opening my Christmas presents on Christmas morning. That was just a fun little insight into my life, so people could see who I am and what I'm all about. The views on this were shared over 3 platforms: my YouTube, my Instagram and my Twitter. The third post was my giveaway. I decided to tie my giveaway up with my newsletter subscribers to give them an incentive to subscribe to my newsletter, because I'm new and this is my debut novel. I find that the only people who are going to be subscribing to my newsletter are people that I engage with often, and until I have a product that people like, they don't really have a reason to subscribe to me. So I thought I would give an incentive. This day was actually really good. It worked. That's one thing to come out of the event, is having an incentive for newsletter subscribers. In just the one day, I got about 20 subscribers, and I think that's very good, because I've heard that they're very hard to come by. I mean, let me know your experience of getting newsletter subscribers, but I was quite happy with my amount. If you want to be part of that giveaway, I'm giving away a £30 Amazon gift card to one of my newsletter subscribers, and the competition is open until my release date. Okay, so day 4, it was just a bit of a teaser. It was just to build a little bit of excitement and let people know that my blurb reveal was coming in 3 days. And the same for the cover reveal. On day 5, I did exactly the same thing. I just said cover reveal is coming in 3 days. Okay, day 6 was my opening line of my novel, which was really nice to post, because it was something that I had written in the comfort of my own home, no expectations, not really knowing whether anyone was ever going to read it, and now I was releasing it as a published book, and it was just an amazing feeling. I had 18 likes on Instagram, which was my average. I average around 20 to 30. And I find on Twitter that images, they don't do too well, so you can see it didn't do too well on Twitter. I find genuine posts do much better on Twitter than promotional stuff, images, links, videos. The authentic tweet, they're the ones that do well. Okay, so day 6 was my blurb reveal. So I got 26 likes, and on Twitter I got 15 likes, which is actually my average for Instagram, but usually my Twitter is a lot higher. My following's a lot higher on Twitter, and my engagement is a lot higher. So yeah, 15 is good. And then was my cover reveal, day 7. This was really exciting, doing my cover reveal. I got so much engagement, so much support, so many comments, and from the writing community and my followers, and I think that was the best day for me. 28 likes on Instagram and 50 likes on Twitter, so it was a good day. That was a good day for the event. And then day 9, I'm lost. Day 9, I was giving out name cards. Just had their translation, the translation of their name in my ancient language, Preorder, and it had a little meaning and how to pronounce it. That day was really fun, making everybody, translating everybody's names and making them cards. I was busy on my computer all day that day. That was really fun. That was a good day. I found my mood get a little bit lower on that day, and it was when I would send out a card. Some names translate better than others, and sometimes I'd send out a card, somebody would request a card, and then they'd just say like thanks or something like that, and I'd think it would just make me feel a bit self-conscious, or it just make me feel a little bit down, maybe that they didn't like it. And so I guess that was like one of my lowest days of my event, but that's just self-confidence, I guess. And it didn't help that some names do translate better than others. My first name translated is Nyella, and I absolutely love that name. I don't decide the names, they're translated into my language, and what you get is what you get. So I was really happy with Nyella. It's really pretty, and it makes a good username because it's unique. And I have my brother's name translated to Shenrul, and I really like that as well. I think it's quite a strong name. I don't know what it is about it, but I really like Shenrul. Jack's name's translated to Suik, and he uses that now for his gaming and his usernames. He's known as Suik. And I translated Kabir's, and he translates to I Keegan, and I absolutely love that name so much that I have actually named a character in my book after it, named them I Keegan. But then the downside, one name literally translated to Loo Wipe. I didn't give out that name. I didn't give out that name card, Loo Wipe. I couldn't, and it's just randomly like generated. I don't decide. It's not randomly generated. It's you get what you get. It's a translation. So, and I can't help the translation. So that day it was really fun handing them out and making them, and from my close friends and people who I engage with the most on my socials. It was really fun, but then it was a little bit one of my lowest days. Okay, day 10 was the launch of my website, and I had been holding that back for so long. I really wanted to launch my website. I saved it for the 12 days of Christmas, and it was the best day, especially for engagement. Announcing that it was live, it got 212 likes on Twitter, and as you can see, the engagement, I had 10,000 impressions, but if you look, I had 92 link clicks. So yeah, nearly 100 people or 100 views on my website on the very first day, on launch day. And I think that's amazing, considering as I'm unknown and I'm debut, like I'm new, nobody knows who I am yet, nobody's read my work yet, nobody knows if they like it, if they like me. To get 100 clicks on my website on day one, I was really happy with. It was the best day. And I got some newsletter subscribers from my launch day also. And then the next day, day 11, my pre-orders went live. I don't have access to this information, but I know of one pre-order. Unfortunately, it's only a Kindle pre-order. I personally don't pre-order Kindle. I don't have a Kindle. So I would always wait for a paperback. So we will see where that one goes. And then finally, today, my 12th day of Christmas, was releasing my first chapter, putting it out into the world for everyone to see. And I've never done that before. I've had beta readers, editors, family and friends read my book, but now it's out for the world to see. I had a reader, not somebody I've particularly engaged with too often, but gave me really good feedback on it, and it felt amazing. I think releasing my first chapter is a highlight for me. Getting readers, I think personally, I want to say I don't care too much about sales. It's not the sales, it's the readers for me that I really care about. I want people to be able to enjoy my book and offer them some escapism. It's so important for mental health, and that I would just like to be able to offer that to as many different readers as I can. So was it worth it? I was very active over the 12 days. And I engaged with so many people, and I made some new friends. For me, everyone else's reactions and everyone's support got me really excited for my release. I think for me, that's the most important thing that came out of it. They made me excited. I started to relax, and I started to enjoy that I have a book being released. They took the anxiety and the stress out of it for me, the reactions that I've got off everybody. I think that's the most important thing, that they everyone's support made me excited for my release. In terms of numbers, at least one pre-order and 20 plus newsletter subscribers, and the traffic to my site in total, it was over 200 clicks onto my site that day, but just 100 through Twitter. So in terms of numbers, I'll leave you to decide whether it was worth it. But as a whole, it was so much fun to do. I really enjoyed the event, and if not for anything else, that is why I would recommend an event for your book launch. I want to thank everyone who got involved, everyone who showed their support and engaged with me over these last 12 days, because it really was the best thing that I got out of the whole event. I've tried to be as honest and as transparent as I can in this video, and I hope it helps you on your publishing journey. Let me know down in the comments if you have a book release coming up this year, and thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you in the next one.
I just came to say, I hope it's not too late. I hope it's not too late. I just came to say,